latest news from the world of cryptocurrencies is presented by Bitcovault, producer of crypto terminals and software.
Will the Fed prevent BTC price from reaching $28,000? 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week.
Bitcoin enters a new week with a question mark over the fate of the market ahead of another key United States monetary policy decision. After sealing a successful weekly close, its highest since mid-June, BTC/USD is much more cautious as the Federal Reserve prepares to hike benchmark interest rates to fight inflation. While many hope that the pair could exit its recent trading range and continue higher, the weight of the Fed is clearly visible as the week gets underway, adding pressure to an already fragile risk asset scene. That fragility is also showing in Bitcoin's network fundamentals as miner strain becomes real and the true cost of mining through the bear market shows. At the same time, there are encouraging signs from some on-chain metrics, with long-term investors still refusing to give in. Cointelegraph takes a look at the week's possible market movers in a tense week for crypto, equities, and more. Fed to decide on next rate hike in another fun week, the story of the week. This has the potential to be exacerbated, one analyst warned, thanks to low summer liquidity and a lack of conviction among buyers. Entering ECB/FOMC/tech earnings amid the lowest liquidity of the year. Market is back to overbought. Bulls, let it ride, Twitter account Mac10 wrote. A previous post also flagged Q2 earnings reports as potentially contributing to a downwards move in line with previous behavior. BTC and risk assets have pumped higher on FOMC events this year, only to sell off after. Is this time different? Fellow analysis account TED Talks Macro continued, June's FOMC meeting saw the U.S. Federal Reserve deliver a 75 BPS hike, the single largest since 1994. More hefty hikes are expected before inflation is normalized. The week is already feeling different to last, even before events begin unfolding. Asian markets are flat in comparison to last week's bullish tone, one which accompanied a resurgence across Bitcoin and altcoins. While one argument says that the Fed see patience, popular trader and Bassett told Twitter followers in his latest update. Fellow account CryptoChase, meanwhile, suggested that a return to the 200-week MA would result in the further modest upside. Chopping around the daily S/R with an inability to flip 22.8K to support. Multiple attempts to do so, but failing so far, he wrote alongside explanatory charts, if price pushes above again and finds acceptance, I'll watch 22.8K to become support for potential long entry to 23.2K. A later update eyed $21,200 as a potential bearish target, this also forming a support/resistance level on the daily chart. At $21,900, however, Bitcoin still remains around $1,200 higher versus the same point a week ago. Elsewhere, the latest price action was not enough to change long-term views. For venture founder, a contributor at on-chain analytics firm CryptoQuant, a macro bottom had yet to appear, this potentially coming in as low as $14,000. In line with the past halving cycles, this is still. That was the largest single drop since May 2021, and the next, due in 10 days' time, is currently estimated to take difficulty down another 2%. As arguably the most important aspect of the Bitcoin network itself, difficulty adjustments also set the scene for recovery by leveling the playing field for miners. The lower the difficulty, the easier or less energy intensive it is to mine BTC due to there being less competition overall. In the meantime, however, the need to stay afloat remains a preoccupation, data shows. According to CryptoQuant, miners sent 909 BTC to exchanges on July 24 alone, the most in a day since June 22 and a 5% difficulty decrease. A turnaround for miners thus remains out of sight this week. As Cointelegraph additionally reported, it is not just the BTC price that is giving miners a hard time under current conditions. Congratulations to the MVRVZ score, one of the hottest on-chain metrics in Bitcoin, has just crossed what is arguably its most